Heidi ho, Gamerinos, it's Insamity here with Stanley Parable Part 2. We just left off doing Minecraft and Portal, so let's jump right into this and see, literally jump right into this and see where we are taken. I didn't die. Where are we? It's so dark. Okay, it's too dark in there. Let's go this way. I don't see anything down there. What the? Did I die? Nope. I ended up in a hallway. What? Why is it so dark? Mr. Narrative guy, you gonna tell me what to do? You can't jump. Yeah, of course. Oh, I see light. There's light at the end of the tunnel, hallway. Oh, I see computers. Nothing? What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh. Hello?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Who that's supposed to mean?
Wait.
Hello? Oh, okay. Where is he taking me now? Well, starting off very weird. Going to cut this loading scene out. Are we back where we started?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, well, I guess that was one of the endings. If I would have known that, I would have ended the video. The first video where it ended.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll go left this time. See what happens. Bright light.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Why is Chris in the broom closet? Hire somebody to fire the paper syringing guy. Whatever. Hire somebody to fire the paper guy. Who moved my desk? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Y'all seem very productive. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Okay, y'all got some weird stuff going on here. It was the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
So why does it let me go in the broom closet?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No
Yes.
reason to still be here.
If I want to be in here, I'm going to be in here. Stop telling me what to do. I'm admiring
It was
this
baffling that
duct
Stanley
tape.
was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I like this duct tape. Let me stare at this duct tape, please.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like being in the closet. What's wrong with that? I don't want her to come out of the closet yet.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Did,
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
so, why does that matter? I'm going to stand in here if I want to.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. This is my favorite ending.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? You just called me fat, ugly, and addicted to drugs.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
I'm not
He
dead.
or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
I'm
It's
not dead.
indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, well, maybe it's all the drugs. The drugs that I'm taking. Maybe that's why I died. So rude. Are you gonna say anything else? Or should I just leave? That was awesome.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Yeah, my dead, overdosed body is
Coming to
gone.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh, upstairs or downstairs? Which way should I go? See, you know, it's easier to walk downstairs than it is upstairs, so let's go downstairs. See, much easier. Ooh, red light. Nothing?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Where are my
And
feet?
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
Makes
what
sense.
a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
It's just a
I
giant
may as
circle.
well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too
Ooh.
appeared. It was so much fun, and
so
Stanley
pretty.
marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One
Why?
he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Sounds boring.
I am normal. Everything will be fine.
No one's normal.
I am okay.
That's... Nope.
Stanley
Dreaming.
began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Is that it?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon
It's all
turn
those
to go call
drugs.
for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, She thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Just gonna leave him there? So you see a guy on the street, instead of helping or calling 911, you sit there and let him, you know, just die while you think about yourself? That's very rude. Oh. That was ending number 2. That one, I still like the first ending better, but I'd love to...
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I love the broom closet. That was awesome. That's probably my favorite so far. Let's go up the stairs this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Blah blah, went left. Let's see what it... Let's go upstairs.
Yet there was not a single person
Tip
here
for not
either.
getting fired, talk
Feeling
less.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Don't get fired. That's a great tip of how not to get fired. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. I'm gonna go upstairs. See what happens. Ooh, this is nice. FP. Hello? Receptionist lady. I have a meeting with my boss. Boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Ooh.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah, because I just randomly typed that in. No one told me what the password was. What is this? What have you been doing back here, boss? I knew you were up to something. It's an elevator. 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 And it only goes down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Hey, don't spark at me. It's dark down here. I'm scared.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Mind controller, escape. Should we escape? Follow this sign written in crayon? Let's go with escape first. See what happens.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, let me turn around. probably. I want to see if it really kills me. Let's see what my violent death is. This is a long hallway.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. I'm ready to confront it. Ooh. Was it just a bottomless pit? Was that it? It'd be pretty stupid just to jump down a hole. Was hoping for a better death. Is it gonna start me over? Oh, I'm still falling. Ow. How did that not kill me? Ooh,
As the
what is
machine whirred
this?
into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Oh, I'm
he
gonna get
reflected that his
smushed.
life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Oh no!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? I was supposed to die. Why you no kill me? Why did it stop? Oh, is this the light?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Am I walking into the light? Don't walk into the light. Ooh,
When every
pretty.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Office layout. So it shows the way I'm going. Corridor. And then it has the two doors. The two doors. Oh, filing cabinets. Thanks for letting me know what those are. Oh, solitaire. Another computer. The office. Button sounds. Okay. Credits. What's in here? This is so weird. It's like it was all planned out. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose, is to win. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable. Huh. Emails, okay. The lounge. The office. The apartment timer. What? What? These are so weird. This is cool though. Am I just gonna keep exploring? I guess. Let's see if I can find a way out of this. I'll go up the stairs. Office. Game design. Elevate. Exit. Well, let's go die.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now. It'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Yeah, it's my time to die. I'm not gonna escape. Not gonna take the easy way out. I accepted my fate. Now what? Am I gonna spawn back in my office? Maybe. Or I'm just gonna sit here dead, smushed like a bug. Am I gonna spawn? Hello. Well, this would be ending number 3. If, or, well, ending number 4, if you count the first video. If I come back to life, or am I supposed to hit escape? Is that really the only way out? Am I not gonna respawn? Okay. Well, thank you for enjoying that death with me. I'm going to end the video here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed and laughed. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to poke that like button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.